Hey there, everybody. It is Wednesday, and today I'm coming to you to talk to you about time management, because this is a question I get asked by so many moms. Many of the women that I speak with, they just say, I just cannot get it all done. How do you manage your time? How do you fit all these things in? And so I wanted to come to you today and talk to you about how I have kind of created a system in getting that time management down. Because if you're always behind and you're always trying to figure out when you're going to have time to do this, and you can't get this done off of your list, and there just isn't enough time, you're not going to be able to build your business the way that you want to. And I know that many of us are either have this as a side gig, or we're working on making this business that we want to make it full time. We want to quit our full-time job so that we can have this be our full-time gig, and we're not able to do it because there are just not enough hours in the day. So I want to talk to you today about time management. And in case you haven't been on a live video with me before, you're new to this group, my name is Rachel, and I'm a mom of 6, and I'm going to list off some of the busy things that I do all day long so that you can see that you can totally make this happen. So I'm a mom of 6. We have 4 girls that are in gymnastics, and their gym is 45 minutes from our house. And I usually take them and I sit at their gym while they're there. So today they have practice from 1 to 7, so that's 6 hours. So I'm at their gym, away from my house. I also have 2 boys. One of them is 4. He's in soccer. He's done some swimming lessons. And then my other son is in triathlon training. And the irony of me doing this video right now is I actually just dropped my son off at tri training, and I'm doing this video in my car because this is the first and only time I will have alone time all day today, is in my car for this brief little bit. So that's why I'm doing this now. So it's a little bit ironic. You take the time when you can get it, right? So that's kind of our schedule. I homeschool 3 of the kids. Number 4 is kind of iffy. He's in preschool, so he's home. He's gone 2 mornings a week. So I basically have, the 4 kids doing school and keeping track of all that. My older 2 daughters, they are in middle school and high school, and they did not want to be homeschooled, so they are gone at school in the mornings, but we are gone all the time. I'm gone every day from noon to 7. We are home weekends, but some weekends, like this weekend, we are traveling for gymnastics. And so none of my days are ever the same. There's always chaos. There's always something going on, and there's always kids. Today, for example, I woke up this morning. I knew there was a winter storm coming, and we need to leave to go out of town tomorrow morning. I kind of decided we were going to go tonight. Well, I wake up finding out that we better get the heck out of the town that we live in, or we're going to get stuck there, and my girls are not going to get to their regional gymnastics meet. So it was a mad dash of packing and getting out the door to get out the door. So kind of a hurry up and wait situation to get us out of the town that we live in so that we could come down here. And on top of it all, health and fitness is very important to me. I don't know if most of you know this, but I'm also a health and fitness coach. And so doing my workout is very important. So that had to get done this morning. And then I also pack a cooler of healthy eats for my kids and I to eat while we're on the road and all that. So that is kind of basically my nutshell. That's just even my life today. And everything changes every single day. Plus, I have 2 businesses. I'm a health and fitness coach on one side, and on the other side, I do business strategy, and I help people with taxes and legal issues and things like that. So I'm kind of running 2 businesses. So I don't really technically have a full-time job, but I have 2 businesses that keep me very busy. So that's kind of like all my stuff. And I forgot to even talk about my husband. He's out there somewhere. He works. He's an attorney also. And so there's that whole part of it. So I got a lot of stuff going on. And so I kind of brag a little bit and say that I'm sort of the queen of time management because I hold it all together and everything gets done. And there are some nights I lay in my bed and go, geez, I didn't get everything done on my list. But for the most part, I feel pretty satisfied about the things that I got done. And so I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about some of the things that you can do in order to make sure that you are getting the important things done that are going to drive your business forward. Because there are lots of things that we can do for our businesses, but they may not necessarily be the things that are making us money and that are driving things forward. They may be things like fidgeting around on Facebook or playing with Canva designs for hours on end, or maybe we watch a little bit of Netflix in between things because we need a little bit of a break or something to that effect. So there's a lot of things that we do that are for our business that may not necessarily be making us money and driving our business forward. So the thing here is, and I talked to my health and fitness clients about the same issue. In fact, I did a video on the same exact topic with them on Monday as it relates to their health and fitness. The things that you make a priority in your life are the things that are going to get done first. And if you put something on your list last, odds are it's not going to happen on that day. So when I talk to my health and fitness clients, I talk about how Like, I do my workout first thing in the morning. I pack the cooler in the morning before my body and my mind have time to talk me out of it and before anything gets in the way. Now, today, for example, had I decided this morning that I needed to pack first and get out the door and I'll try to work out later, it wouldn't happen. Because right now I'm sitting here. It's 3:30. I just dropped my son off. I'm in my car. I don't really know when my girls are going to get done with practice since we have bad weather and we need to get out of town. Eventually, we're going to end up in a hotel an hour and a half away from where we are now. And that may be at 9 o'clock at night or it might be at 6. But I'm not going to like leave it up to chance that I'm going to get my workout in. So I made that first on my list this morning, no matter what else was going to happen. And so that happened before I left. The same thing is true for your business. If you are putting your business last on the list after all the kid activities and making dinner for your family and cleaning your house and maybe your full-time job, and that's just always coming at the end of the day, you're never going to have enough time, energy, or concentration to work on your business. You just are not. And so it's got to become a priority. Now, I know there are things that have to happen. Your kids have to eat. You do have to have your full-time job. And there's things that you just have to do every day. But there's 24 hours in every day. And so if you're not making your business a priority, at least to some extent during some part of every single day, it's not ever going to get moved forward to the point that you can leave that full-time job or that you actually have an extra income that you are using to pay for trips or things like that. The whole reason you went into business on the side in the first place. And so what I want to talk with you about is, are you doing things throughout the day that are like not totally necessary? And I mentioned some of those businessy things that we might be doing earlier, like playing on Canva for an hour, or maybe you've redesigned your website a bunch of times, or maybe you've spent an hour on a Facebook post, or you scrolled through Facebook or an Instagram like on the guise of, well, I'm doing my business, I'm looking for posts to comment. I did that this morning when my daughter was sitting next to me working on a science assignment, and she was working on a question, and I was like, I'm not busy right now. I just scrolled through Facebook and I responded to posts and gave some value, but it would have been more efficient had I actually gone to the Facebook group that I want to respond in and responded directly to those posts rather than having to watch everybody complain about the snowstorm and about the thunder we had in the middle of the night and all that. Like, I didn't need to waste my time on that. And so that was a little bit of a time waster for me this morning. And we all do that, and we all need that sometimes. But how often are you doing those things that are taking away from your business? I had a client once that really wanted to write a book about autism, and she just was never getting to the book writing. She was doing her full-time job and her kids, and she was doing all this other stuff, but writing the book always came last. And so when I work with new clients, I like to start I do an audit of their schedules. If they come to me with a time management issue, if they've got time management, all going for them, we don't even talk about that. But if they're like, I just can't fit my business in and I don't have time to do it, we do an audit of their time. And that's something I'm going to talk about a little bit at the end of the video on how you can do this for yourself. But we go through all the things that they do every day. And her book writing was coming at the very end every single day. So I just said, you know what? You got to make that a priority. Even if you have to get up a half an hour earlier in the morning before your kids get up, spend a half an hour every morning writing that book. Or you do it right when you get home from work before you make dinner, or you do it right after dinner. If you don't put that top on the list, you're never going to get that book never going to get that book written. And you're going to always be having that in the back, that nagging feeling. I got to write the book. I got to write the book. I got to write the book. When getting it done is what's going to help you feel that satisfaction, and you are going to be able to, move forward with the book editing and all that process. I don't even know how all that process works. Or I've got a lot of clients right now that it's tax day. Tax day's in 5 days, and there's a lot of people that are not getting their taxes done. And they haven't even gotten them started, and they just put them off because they don't like taxes or they don't want to deal with it. It's too much work getting all that stuff together. Get the taxes done. Make it a priority. And as soon as it's done, ladies, these taxes then are done. Hi, I have Carrie on the video. Carrie, today we're talking about time management. And right now I'm actually talking about all those things that we don't get done because we're putting them at the bottom of the priority list. So let me know down in the comments if there are any things that you want to get to with your business that you know are going to drive your business forward, that you know are going to make you money, but you just can't ever get to them. So let me know if you've got those kind of things going. I'm going to turn the comments on down here. I just realized that wasn't on. And so taxes, getting those done and having the satisfaction of having that done and that not nagging in the back of your head is going to make you feel better. Plus it's done. So there are so many things in our business, and a lot of times that comes from having things to do that we don't like doing. For example, for me, that was, I know that I do these live videos. And this is a total true story. So I do live videos because I can talk on video for hours. But what I hate doing is I hate writing. I hate typing up posts. I hate creating graphics and putting things, writing the stuff for my blog and the emails and all that stuff. And so what was happening was I was not doing these live videos for you guys because I was like, oh, and then I got to do all this other stuff afterwards, and I wasn't doing that. So I hired somebody to do that for me, somebody that loves doing that's their soulmate work, and that's the stuff that they love to do. They can do that part, and I can do the part that I love, which is talking to you guys about these type of issues, about time management and priorities and consistency in your business. And I can work on people's taxes, and I can do their accounting stuff, and I can coach them over the phone about different issues that they've got going on in their business that are keeping them stuck. And so I can do the things that I love by handing over the things that I don't like, because those things that I don't like, they take me longer, they get to the bottom of my list and they don't ever get done. And turning those over to somebody else definitely eases up my time. Some other things that you can turn over to other people are maybe hiring somebody to clean your house. Now, that's another thing that us moms feel like we got to have at the top of the list. It's got to come before everything else. But when we do that, sometimes we're doing that. And I'll talk with my clients about why are you putting cleaning your house at the top of your list instead of your business? And it's because you're avoiding certain things in your business. Rewind back to the part I said that maybe it's time to outsource some of those things you don't like doing. For me, I hate cleaning the house. And for about 3 months, we barely did it. We did what my mom called a lick and a promise because it was not important to me. We were busy. We were on the go. We were out of town all the time, and it was just plain dirty. And so maybe it's time for us to hire somebody to come and actually clean the house. Maybe you need to hire a nanny to come and watch your kids for a couple hours every day so that you can do the neat things that you need to do in your business. There are just so many things that we as moms do because we think we need to do them, but they are taking the place of us building our business. If your goal is to build this business and have a full-time income so you can get rid of your other full-time job, or so that you have money to take your family on vacations, or maybe you want to pay off debt, or you want to do all these things, you're standing in your way if you're not making it a priority. Okay, so here's the part of the video where I'm going to talk about the tips on fixing this whole thing. So the first thing I do with my clients that have time management issues is I have them do an audit. And I know you're like, oh great, I've got time to do an audit. But I want you to spend 3 days writing down everything that you do and how much time you're spending on it. And I know 3 days, you're like, that's a long time. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough time as it is. How am I going to have time to do this? But this 3-day audit is going to be a game changer for you because you're going to see exactly what you're doing with your time all day. So for 3 days, so start tomorrow morning. When you wake up in the morning, let's say you do that at 6 o'clock, record what you do every single, 15-minute increments, or maybe you worked on your business for an hour, write down what you did in that hour. If you caught yourself on Facebook scrolling through for an hour and a half, write that down. If you spent some time in your health and fitness, or you cooked your family a big meal, whatever it is that you did, I want you to write it down, including sleeping, including the amount of time you spent eating and all that kind of thing. So you're taking this audit, and then what I want you to do with it, so that's step 1. Step 2 is looking at that audit and going, oh my gosh, what am I spending my time on? No wonder why I'm not getting to my business. I'm never doing anything for it. I say I'm working on my business, but all I'm doing is sitting on Canva redesigning graphics for 45 minutes. Or maybe I'm scrolling through Pinterest looking at pins for prom dresses for my daughter. I'm not even doing things for my business. And so you're going to see all those areas where you're not really using your time very well. Now, I am not saying that you shouldn't scroll on Pinterest or do Facebook, but you got to limit that time a little bit, just like you got to limit the amount of TV that your kids watch, or the video games that they play, or the amount of time that you scroll on Facebook. You can't have that be the majority of your time. You gotta maybe carve some more time out for your business. And so look honestly at what you are doing with your time. And if you're seeing lots of areas where you are just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I wasted 4 hours total yesterday on Facebook. This is just ridiculous. That's 4 hours that you can be working on your business. Okay, so once you do that whole time audit and you see all the things that you're doing that are not probably very productive and that are not contributing or building to your business or helping you make money, it's time to get rid of those things, or at least limit them down a little bit. And that's when I want you to make the list of all the things for your business that you can do that's going to build your business, that's going to drive it forward, and it's going to create income for you. That is not the place for you to spend an hour on graphics or redo my website or all those things. What are the money making things that you do in your business? For me, that is adding value in different Facebook groups. For me, that is preparing tax returns. For me, that is coaching clients one-on-one on the phone, or doing these live videos with you guys. So all of those things that are actually going to build your business, I want you to make a list of. Then I want you to create another list. Yes, I've got another list for you. This is going to be the things that you need to do for your business that you are hating doing, that you are absolutely dreading doing every day. And like for me, like I said, that was typing out posts. That was creating the typing part of the content. I love creating ideas for content and all that kind of stuff, but I hate typing. And I hate typos, and I have a lot of typos. And so make a list of those things as well, and maybe consider outsourcing some of this. So now you've got step one, where you made this whole audit of your time for those 3 days about all the things that you're doing for 3 days. Step two is taking a look at it and getting really honest with yourself about how you're spending your time. Finding those things where, and that those time slots where maybe you could have better used your time on driving your business forward. And then step three is going to be making that list of the things that you should be doing for your business that are going to drive your business forward and that are going to help you create that income. And then the fourth one is taking a look at those things, or maybe some others that you maybe don't enjoy doing so much, and maybe you're avoiding doing them because you don't want to do them anymore. Okay? Step five, that's going to be our final step here, I promise, is when you are going to take a look at what business building things you can swap in for the not so business building things. Again, I'm not telling you to never watch Netflix. I watch Netflix. I do a little before I go to bed every night. I'm not telling you can't read to your kids or spend time with your kids or run around outside with them, or you can't, listen to loud music and run around the kitchen with a microphone. I'm not saying that I've done that recently or not. I'm not saying any of that stuff, but take a look at how much time that you are, quote, wasting on things that are not necessarily business building, and swap some of those things in. Now, I always say that there's 24 hours in a day. Everybody's got the same amount of time, but you've got to use your time wisely. And if you're going to add something into your 24 hours, you're going to have to take something out. And so maybe that's Facebook scrolling. Maybe that's a little bit of sleep. Maybe you don't need that extra half an hour of sleep. Or maybe that's Netflix time. Or maybe that is sitting down with your kids and teaching them how to read 1 day a week. Maybe you don't need to do that every day. Maybe it's not cleaning your house every single day spotless. So there's so many things that you can swap out. And so those are the 5 steps that I would suggest doing so that you can really get a good idea of how you're using your time and how you can use it better. Because you guys, if you look around, there are women all over the place that are running successful businesses, that have kids, that are on the go all the time. They're, quote, doing it all. And you can too. I believe that every woman can do this. Now, I'm not saying they do it all without help. I'm the first one to say I need help. I am getting help with my blog content. I'm looking at hiring somebody to clean my house. I'm using my mother-in-law right now to watch my 4-year-old so that I could have this time alone to do this video. So I'm not saying any of those women do it without help, but you can have it all, and you can spend your day doing the things that are going to drive your business forward, that are going to help you build that income, and that are going to help you create the life that you want. And you can do it all. I know you can. So I helped other women do the same. I've seen tons of women do it. So let me get to the comments here. Carrie's got some really good questions I've seen scroll through here as I'm talking. So Carrie says, I struggle with discovery calls the most because I don't have reliable childcare. In my mind, I thought that said reliable children. And I was like, oh my gosh, I totally hear you. Because my kids will like inevitably need water or start a fight outside my door as soon as I start a discovery call. I know how that goes. So reliable childcare, I get it. It makes me less excited to network because of the stress of trying to follow up, which I actually enjoy. Carrie, I totally feel you, because for a long time I was like, oh, I want discovery calls. And then I'd get them scheduled and I'd worry about getting them done, because I'd worry that my kids were going to interfere, or maybe I scheduled them while my kids were at gymnastics and I'd end up out in my car and it was freezing cold and my 4-year-old ended up with me. So I totally feel your pain on that. And my tips for you there is, and I don't know the ages of your children, but I always tell me, train your kids. And I know my son was probably about 2 years old when I started doing discovery calls, and it got a little bit more complicated because you never know when they're going to nap or they're going to need something. But I'm not a believer in park your kid in front of the TV for childcare for 8 hours. But if your kids are happy sitting in front of a YouTube video or playing on their iPads or whatever it is during those times, and you talk with your kids about, this is the time mom needs to have a call. It's quiet time. Can I get you a snack? Have you been to the bathroom? What can we do to try to make it work? If your kids are really... Sorry, I had to go to a phone call. That does get really stressful, and it makes you not want to do the discovery calls or the follow-ups. And I totally get that. So tell me a little bit about like your childcare what you've got working and why it's not reliable. And maybe it's time to look for somebody else that can maybe be a little bit more reliable with the childcare. Carrie, once I grow my business, I plan to take my kiddos to daycare 4 hours a day, Monday through Thursday. But at this phase, it's just a struggle. I totally hear ya. Is there a way that maybe you can even share with, sorry, I got Facebook message there that won't go away. There we go. Is there a way that you can maybe do some swapping with another mom, maybe that's running a business where you take her kids for a couple of hours and she takes yours for a couple of hours? Or, I don't know if you've got access to a high school or a college student after school hours where you can maybe do it. There's lots of ways to get creative with childcare if you don't have the ability, making sure I'm getting all those. If you don't, childcare is expensive. And I will tell you one thing that I have never done, other than my mother-in-law sometimes watching my kids, is I've never really paid for childcare. And so that's an area where I've been lucky that I haven't needed to do it. And for the most part, I've been able to kind of work around my kids. Now my son's at preschool, or I've got older kids that kind of help out a little bit. So Carrie, let me know during this live or even afterwards if you want to shoot me a private message and we can kind of chat about it. Maybe you want to set up a call and we can talk about it as well. Just about kind of some ways to entertain the kids, ways to find some childcare that's inexpensive or where you're swapping time. And also let me know the ages of your kids too, and I can check back to this live video if you've had to disappear or something and aren't able to answer right now. But there's so many ways to get creative with these kind of things. And maybe even having, if you're depending on the age of your child and you want them sitting right there, tell them that while you're doing your work on the phone, that it's time for them to do their work as well, and give them an activity book or a coloring book or a little activity that they can work on. I know too that, when I'm on my discovery calls, the people I work with, they're moms, and they know that I'm a mom and they know that my kids are in the room. And you can even explain to them on the phone and say, look, my child's home with me. And so who knows what's going to happen right now. They might interrupt me, and a lot of times they're totally okay with that. And then maybe if they're not, you have to ask if they're really your ideal client or not, if they're not okay with it. And again, I don't know what kind of business you're in or how all that works with you, but those are just kind of some things that pop into my head right now that I've had to do in the past because my kids are always there. I've done calls in my car before with my 4-year-old because of whatever I had going on did not work out the way it was supposed to. So it sounds like I think it's something that we can make worth, Carrie. So if we don't get connected here on the video, again, shoot me a message and let's chat about it a little bit. So let's see. So anyway, that was a great conversation, by the way, Carrie. Wonderful question. You got to make your business a priority. Take a look at your schedule, do that 5-step audit there and find out what those things are that are standing in your way, that are keeping you from being productive in your business, then are doing those things that are going to drive your business forward, because it ultimately comes down to driving your business forward and doing things that are income producing. Those are the things that are going to help you make the money in your business, whether you're a virtual assistant or you do taxes, or you're a business coach or a health and fitness coach or whatever it is. You've got to do the income producing things because you got to produce the income. And then there's going to be a little more money coming in to hire childcare or to hire a VA or to hire somebody to manage your social media or whatever those things are that you're not enjoying or not able to do. So if you want to chat a little bit about this time management thing, like I mentioned, I love working with moms and getting this situation figured out, because sometimes this is the key of turning your business into a profitable business, where before you feel like you're stuck, it's because you're not giving it the time it needs. And I can help you put that schedule together that's going to help you create the time that you need. So again, not being braggy mom here, but I've created a schedule for myself with this crazy hectic life that I live that's helped me to grow my business and to do the income producing things so that I can make money in my business, because that's the goal. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you have any other questions. Let me know the most helpful part for you, even if you're watching this in the replay, and shoot me a private message if you want to get on a call and kind of talk about how we could maybe work together on getting your schedule. Sorry, another text. If I'm working on getting your schedule put together in a way that's going to help you build your business and grow the business and make that money, because that's the goal. So have a great rest of your day, everybody. I will catch up with you later. Bye-bye.